The weight of modern life. In today's fast-paced world, it feels like there's a never-ending pressure to achieve more, earn more, and become more. From the moment we wake up, it's as if society whispers in our ear, reminding us that we need to keep up, to push harder, to hustle endlessly if we want to succeed. Success for many is measured by financial gain, by how much we make, the size of our homes, the brand of our cars, and the vacations we can afford. We've all been conditioned to believe that the more we accumulate, the closer we get to happiness. But deep down, there's a nagging feeling that something isn't right. No matter how much we achieve, how much we earn, the satisfaction seems fleeting. The goalposts keep moving. First, it's about earning enough to pay the bills, then to buy that dream car, then the house, and soon the pursuit becomes endless. It's like chasing a horizon that keeps receding, no matter how fast we run. The weight of this constant race can feel suffocating. It's not just about making ends meet anymore. It's about meeting expectations. Whether those expectations come from society, from our families, or from ourselves. We carry the burden of wanting to be more than we were yesterday. And it's exhausting. Financial stress has become one of the biggest sources of anxiety in modern life. We live in an age where the cost of living rises, but the true cost, the emotional and mental strain, goes unnoticed. We're juggling debts, bills, rent, or mortgages, and trying to keep our heads above water. The pressure to earn can feel like an insurmountable weight on our shoulders. But what if we could? What if we could learn to step back from this relentless pursuit and redefine what it means to live a successful life? What if happiness wasn't tied to our income, but to something deeper, more meaningful? Redefining success. For most of our lives, we've been told that success is something tangible, measurable by the things we own and the titles we hold. Society has set clear markers for what it means to be successful: a good job, a steady income, a nice home, a growing bank account. But while these external indicators may tell the world we're doing well, what do they say about our internal well-being? True success goes beyond material wealth or the paycheck at the end of the month. It's about finding peace within yourself and living a life that aligns with your values. Success should not be confined to financial achievements, but should be about growth, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. It's about waking up in the morning and feeling fulfilled, regardless of how much money is in your bank account. The truth is, financial success does not guarantee happiness. While money can bring comfort and security, it doesn't bring lasting contentment. Once our basic needs are met, shelter, food, health, additional wealth does little to increase our day-to-day happiness. Yet we continue to chase it, believing that once we have a bit more, we'll finally feel at ease. But that day never comes. There's always another milestone, another financial goal to reach. So the question becomes, how do we redefine success in a way that prioritizes our emotional and mental health over financial gain? It starts with asking ourselves, What does a fulfilling life look like to me? For some, it might mean less time in the office and more time spent with loved ones. For others, it could mean working on passion projects, traveling, or simply finding peace in everyday moments. By redefining success, we begin to detach from the societal pressures of earning more, and instead, we focus on what truly brings us joy: the emotional toll of financial stress. The constant pursuit of money comes at a high emotional cost. Many of us experience anxiety and stress not because we lack the ability to earn, but because we feel like we're never doing enough. No matter how hard we work, there's always a lingering fear that we're falling behind. This fear can manifest as sleepless nights, strained relationships, or even burnout. Living with this constant pressure affects our mental health in ways we might not even notice until it's too late. Financial stress can create a cycle of worry and dissatisfaction. We start measuring our self-worth by how much we earn or how successful we appear to others. The more we compare ourselves to those around us, the heavier the burden becomes. But perhaps the most damaging aspect of financial stress is that it takes our focus away from what really matters. We become so preoccupied with earning money and accumulating wealth that we forget to enjoy the life we're living. We sacrifice time with our families, personal hobbies, and even our health in the name of success, thinking that one day it will all pay off. The truth is, financial stress can rob us of the present moment. It keeps us stuck in a state of worry about the future, preventing us from enjoying what we have right now. And while it's important to be responsible and plan for the future, it's equally important to find balance and prioritize our emotional well-being. The power of letting go. Letting go of the obsession with money doesn't mean abandoning financial responsibility. It means understanding that wealth is just one part of life, not the whole of it. Once we recognize that, we free ourselves from the endless chase for more. The key to breaking free from financial stress is shifting our mindset. Instead of focusing on what we lack, we begin to focus on what we already have. Gratitude plays a big role in this shift. When we start appreciating the non-material blessings in our lives, our health, relationships, time, and experiences, the pressure to constantly earn more begins to fade. Letting go also means setting realistic expectations for ourselves. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking we need to meet every societal standard. But the truth is, only we can define our own success. By letting go of comparisons and external pressures, we start to live life on our own terms. And here's the beauty of letting go. When we release the need for more money, we often find that we already have enough. We realize that we can live a full, meaningful life without constantly striving for more wealth. This doesn't mean we stop working or stop being ambitious. It means that we align our ambitions with what brings us real happiness. Living with less. Living with less doesn't mean living in poverty or deprivation. It's about making conscious decisions about what truly adds value to our lives. When we declutter our homes, schedules, and minds, We make room for the things that matter most. Minimalism, for example, is a lifestyle choice that encourages people to focus on quality rather than quantity. Instead of filling our lives with material possessions, we prioritize experiences, relationships, and personal growth. This shift allows us to find joy in simplicity and reduces the pressure to keep up with society's expectations. For many people, adopting a minimalist mindset has been life-changing. They report feeling lighter, freer, and more connected to the present moment. When we stop filling our lives with unnecessary things, we start appreciating the things that really make us happy. And surprisingly, this often leads to a greater sense of abundance. So how can we start living with less? It begins with awareness. Take stock of your life and ask yourself, what do I really need to be happy? Then, slowly start to eliminate the things that don't serve that purpose. This could be physical clutter, like unused possessions, or emotional clutter, like toxic relationships or unnecessary commitments. As we simplify, we find that life becomes more manageable, more enjoyable, and far less stressful. We no longer feel weighed down by the constant need to achieve or accumulate. Instead, we feel liberated, able to focus on what brings us true contentment, building resilience in the face of challenges. Life is full of challenges, and financial struggles are just one part of the equation. But how we face those challenges defines who we are. Building resilience is about learning to embrace difficulties as opportunities for growth rather than setbacks. When we're faced with tough times, it's easy to fall into a negative mindset. We might start to believe that things will never get better or that we're somehow doomed to fail. But resilience is about refusing to accept defeat. It's about acknowledging the hardship, but also trusting that you have the strength to overcome it. One powerful way to build resilience is by reframing challenges. Instead of seeing them as problems, try to view them as lessons. Every obstacle you face is an opportunity to learn something new about yourself. Maybe you'll discover inner strength you didn't know you had. Or maybe you'll learn to be more patient or compassionate with yourself. Whatever the lesson, know that each challenge is bringing you closer to the person you're meant to be. Financial health beyond wealth. Financial health is about more than just how much money you have in the bank. It's about having a healthy relationship with money, one that isn't based on fear, anxiety, or obsession. Creating financial stability starts with small, manageable steps. It could mean setting a budget, saving a little more each month, or being more mindful about your spending. But the key is not letting money control your life. When we approach money from a place of fear, it becomes all-consuming. But when we approach it from a place of balance, it becomes a tool to support our well-being, rather than something that dictates our happiness. A healthy relationship with money is about understanding that financial security isn't the same as financial abundance. You don't need to be wealthy to feel secure. What you need is control over your finances, the ability to live within your means, and the peace of mind that comes from knowing you're making smart, responsible choices. Conclusion: true freedom is emotional, not financial. At the end of the day, true freedom is emotional, not financial. It's about feeling at peace with who you are and the life you're living. It's about recognizing that money is just one part of the equation, not the whole picture. And it's about finding joy, not in what you earn, but in the moments, relationships, and experiences that make life worth living. So as you navigate the pressures of modern life, remember that success isn't defined by the amount of money in your bank account. It's defined by the amount of peace in your heart. Let go of the burdens that weigh you down and embrace the freedom that comes with living a life of balance, simplicity, and purpose.